Ukraine in NATO, Ukraine with serious security guarantees from the West, is an existential threat. And if you're the Russians and you think of what's going on in Ukraine as an existential threat, it is remarkably difficult to compromise in any meaningful way on their major demands. If you go to the Ukrainian side of the equation, for understandable reasons, what the Russians are doing in Ukraine is an existential threat to them. The Russian army has invaded Ukraine. It has formally annexed Crimea and 4 other oblasts. This is an existential threat. So you have 2 countries here who both think they're facing an existential threat from the other. Figuring out a compromise between those 2 sides is difficult in the extreme. Then we go to the Europeans. The Europeans seem to think that the Russians are an existential threat. All sorts of European leaders talk about Russia conquering all of Ukraine, conquering territory in Eastern Europe, and then threatening Western Europe. They make it sound like Russia is the second coming of Nazi Germany, that the Russian army is the equivalent of the Wehrmacht, that Vladimir Putin is the equivalent of Adolf Hitler. There is, in the minds of most European elites, a sense that Russia is an existential threat. And again, when you think that way, it's very hard to compromise.